It's Miss T, and I'm here to share with you a database that our school subscribes to that has thousands of ebooks, audiobooks, and magazines that your child can read over the summer to prevent that summer slump. So the name of the database is called Sora, and you can go to your search bar and type it in, and it will look like this. And once you've done that and you click on that, it's going to ask you to find your school. So you're going to find Pilot Grove C4. You're going to want to log in using your student's school email. Once you have done that, it will take you to a screen that looks similar to this. If you go to, this is my home screen, and your child, it'll show whatever books they're reading and anything that they've highlighted in those books, and books that they may like based on what they've already read. To find books, they'll go to Explore is one way to find the books. You can either type in the title of a book, or you can just scroll through and see what's available. You can also limit your search by clicking on ebook, audiobook, or magazine. I'm just having all the filter. I have no filters on this, so I'm just going to go through and show you some of the things that are available. So magazines, comic books, books about animals, holidays. If you see this icon, that means it is an audiobook. If you do not see that, it's just a regular book. There are lots of different categories. One of the things I want to point out that most of the books are like library books. You have to check them out, and you get them for 2 weeks. And then it will just, if you forget to return it, it will just return on its own in 2 weeks. However, if it says no wait, that means these books are simultaneous access, which means 100 people could be reading them at the same time. You don't have to specifically check it out like a regular library book. Another thing I wanted to point out to you is the fact that there are all of the Missouri State Award nominees for next year available. So if you want your student to have a head start on that, there's competitions and prizes available for students participating in reading these. The Show Me's are for grades 1 through 3. The Trumans are geared toward grades 6 through 8. The Mark Twains are geared for grades 4 through 6, and the Gateways geared for high school students, grades 9 through 12. Students can read from any of the categories. However, if you have a student in lower grades, they're not going to see these upper grade books. You are, again, certainly allowed to check out books on your student's account. Also, the Dogwood books are nonfiction books recommended by Missouri school librarians. And then those are, again, nonfiction. And then you have the Denny O'Neil recommended by Missouri school librarians, and those are graphic novels. And one of the features is the shelf, and you can see what you're reading, any books that you have on hold, books that you might want to read. And then if your students have read books, it'll show you the history of all the books that they've checked out, borrowed, and read. And then there are also some statistics. You can keep track how many books they've read, how much time they spend on the app, how many books they've read. And there are some achievements that your students can get as well. So I think that's kind of a neat aspect of this. So that is Sora. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me, and happy reading.